Alright, so welcome to part 2 of building Enlisted out of Lego. Bad news, so the parts order took a lot longer to ship than I was expecting, and so unfortunately it has not arrived at the time of making this video. So this is future me here. The parts order arrived, however, I was just finished editing this video, and so unfortunately that's going to have to wait till next update, but hopefully if all goes well I can get that done sooner than later, because the parts are here, so all I gotta do is build everything and then have the update. However, that does not mean I don't have anything to show you that's kind of new, so let's get into that. So first things first, I decided I really wanted an anti-tank squad, since that's one of my favorites to play as. So I went ahead and built this minifigure, which is supposed to represent the anti-tank gunner. I did buy some tan cavalry caps, and hopefully once those arrive, it'll look a lot better. But for now, I think this is a pretty good representation of what it's going to look like once it's finished. Sticking with the theme of anti-tank, I also got this, which is supposed to represent the explosive pack of grenades. These can be used to destroy structures and most commonly tanks in the battle. I also built an anti-tank mine. Troops would typically hold these in the game, at least, and then ram them against vehicles, which will cause this head to detonate, usually killing the troop in process, but also blowing up the tank. For now, though, I think this mock anti-tank gunner looks really nice while using the anti-tank rifle I built. I also went ahead and got a second tank driver, mainly because I figured if I'm actually going to build a tank, one is not going to do me any good, and I'm going to need multiple to man the vehicle, or just to look cool outside of it. Fun fact, even though I featured the Molotov in my previous Enlisted video, I forgot to mention it, and it was only seen in a couple shots. So yeah, this is my Molotov design, which is the most common anti-troop grenade. Makes a big ball of fire, and it's kind of a pain to deal with if the enemy has enough of them. Also got this katana, which Japan is actually able to use as a personal weapon in the game. And then last on this list, I built the small knee mortar that Japan uses, which is the, I think, first tier mortar that you can ever buy, and then a small grenade to be used with it. Unfortunately, that's really all I have for this update, but once that part order arrives, we're going to have a huge update with a bunch of figures and my first full squad, 5 anti-tank gunners, so that's something to look forward to. Alright, that's all for this update. If you missed part 1, be sure to check that out. I'll put it on screen. That way you can just be up to date with everything. And hopefully once that part order arrives, I can get it all finished and built so that I can get the part 3 out soon. Thanks for watching.